Welcome back to I Do It Myself. What's popping with y'all? If this is your first time here, salute. If you like what it is that I do, make sure you hit that sub button and run up them likes. Today we talking about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan recently passed away. Mixed emotions on the internet regarding Hulk Hogan's death. Reason being is because while we did grow up loving Hulk Hogan, he was an inspiration. He was a pop icon. He was a sports icon. He was an inspiration for us kids, especially young men jumping off the dresses to, elbow our cousins during the weekends. All of us had the toys, like the red and the yellow meant so much. Hulk Hogan did some foul shit, man. He had some foul things to say, and we're going to talk about it. But before we get there, one of our favorite people, Michael Rapaport, who's usually on the wrong side of history when it comes to the internet, has some things to say regarding Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan passes away. We're not going to disrespect the Hulkster. That's what we're not going to do. Is we're not going to be disrespecting Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. I don't care if he had some controversy outside of the ring. I don't care if he endorsed Donald Trump. We're talking about one of the most original characters in American popular culture history, whether you know wrestling or you're a fan of wrestling or not. We are talking about a guy who created something out of his imagination that captured the world's attention. Men, women, and children all know who Hulk Hogan is, who the great Hulk Hogan was. And like I said, I don't care about him endorsing Trump. I don't care about the stuff that was controversial. We're not going to be disrespecting the man with the 18-inch pythons, brother. We're not going to be disrespecting the Hulkster for the joy that he gave. Forget you as an adult, sicko. Forget you. Think about the kids. Think about you as a kid. Talk about a real-life superhero. When the Hulkster was out there oiled up with his goatee and his hair and those 18-inch pythons, brother, pure joy, elation, total original. This is an original character.
We had a pause meter during that tirade. That shit would have ran off. It would have ran off, right? But listen, here's the thing about Hulk Hogan. I can agree to an extent. All of that he said was cool. But like I said before, though, none of that mattered today because we're going to talk about the pressing matters and the lasting impression you leave during the time you're trying to paint a legacy. Thing about Hulk Hogan is this. Two things could be true. Did he represent something that was iconic, that was special, that was that built tons of momentum and joy in our hearts as children? Yeah. But what about when you find out Santa Claus not real? What about when you found out people who was lying to you this whole time? What about all of that love goes out the window when you find out how he feel about your people? See, this ain't for nobody else but us. Y'all always want to tell us, I ain't black. I ain't black. We ain't black. I don't deal with black women. I don't deal with black guys. I'm only talking for how black people feel because I'm a black person. Me? Once I seen that he said this, I was done with this nigga. All right, look. As much as I love Hulk Hogan, he don't like niggas. He said, he was talking about his daughter. I'd rather if she was going to F some Igor, right? Hard ER, right? I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot tall Igor worth $100 million like a basketball player. I guess we're like all a little racist, effing Igor, right? Bro, let me keep it 1,000 with you. All the people that I love, I don't know none of these people. It wasn't until, you become an adult. And me personally, I never even seen Hulk Hogan with my own eyes. I never even seen the man. But celebrities and celebrity status has this lasting impression on people. Why does it have this lasting impression on people? Because some of these people we look at as they can do things that we never could, or they do things that we enjoy entertainment-wise. But the dark side of it is that they just like everybody else. They just like everybody else. What's the difference between him and anybody else who uses that word in that type of context, right? What's the difference? So once I found out that Hulk Hogan ain't fuck with niggas, I was like, fuck Hulk Hogan. I'm just keeping it 1,000, yo. And he's no longer here. And people could say, well, he's not here to defend himself and all that. He wouldn't be defending himself against me. He wouldn't. But I've always felt this way regarding Hulk Hogan after I heard what he said. Now, when I seen him pass away, I was like, oh, you know, it's unfortunate because there are people that love you unconditionally. I'm not one of those people. When you start displaying and talking about how you feel personally about black people specifically, and it's not favorable, and you use racial slurs to describe them, and this is just an excerpt of some of the shit that he said. I'm supposed to love you no matter what. I never even seen you with my own eye. I don't know this nigga. I don't know him. And I get it. It's mad people who I grew up with that's gonna think otherwise. It's mad people that's gonna say, oh, but what about, let me tell you something. If I didn't like something that a person did from another race, I also didn't take time to fully exclude them and say negative things about them in this way. I said this on the Neon episode when I was like, I had, you know, my run-ins with Indian people, and that doesn't make me look at all Indian people a certain way, but it definitely makes me look at him a certain type of way. Now, one thing about Michael Rapaport is he gonna say something and he gonna backtrack because people gonna get on his ass. And one thing I can say about Michael Rapaport is he actually is a very, very cool dude. I met him at one of my friends' houses one time. I just pulled up there one day and he was there. And he was a very cool and respectful, funny guy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the backlash he gets, I get why people give him the backlash because he says outlandish shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But he backtracked. He walked them comments back. Let's check that out.
All right, this is now my third video about Hulk Hogan, which is more videos that I did about Hulk Hogan when he was alive. When I did my now controversial Hulk Hogan video 2 hours after he passed, right? After he passed, I saw all this derogatory stuff about his association with Trump. And I said in the video, what we're not going to do is disrespect somebody who brought so much joy to the world. In the video, I also said I know he was involved with some controversy and I wasn't aware of it. I'm not a Hulk Hogan super fan. I'm not a wrestling head. I'm not a Hulk Hogan documentarian. I don't know everything about the life and times of Hulk Hogan. I was not aware at the time, from the bottom of my heart, that he was involved with that racial controversy, the N-word controversy. Obviously, if I knew that at the time, I wouldn't have done the video, or my video would have been a lot different. I have openly condemned racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, all of that on this platform with my face on wax. Have you? Have you? I have spoken out loud and proud since this platform came into existence about George Floyd, I Can't Breathe, Charlottesville, LGBTQ, women's rights.
Man, listen, bro. It's just comical, yo. It's comical because now you pandering, bro. Like, and get it. Let's get this right. If you're not a fan and if you're not a stan, why you talking about the 18-inch pythons? Pause. Why you talking about him being oiled up? Why you talking about all of that? If you're not a stan, you were standing for him. That's what stan culture is. See, the thing about it is whether Michael, and this is why I say Michael Rapaport be on the wrong side of history. You know what I'm saying? I remember Rich Paul said, well, it was Maverick, one of them when he's talking about LeBron, he's like, he trying to get hot. With him being on the wrong side of history, to me means, bro, you are a person that you always talking about whatever rapper that can't mess with this rapper and that rapper because he claims to be a hip hop head, right? Now, if you know all of these great things about Hulk Hogan, and I get it, you a celebrity too, and celebrities, especially actors, and everybody try to act like they don't know what's going on. Now, he said from the bottom of his heart, so I'm gonna take him at face value. Do I believe it? Not really. I don't know anybody who didn't know about Hulk Hogan's racial comments, you know what I'm saying? But for him to say, yo, I'm not a wrestling fan, then why did you have so much conviction in the shit you was saying? Why? You support black people. I know that. He always talking about hip hop. He support black people. But did you know that he feels this way about black people? Because if you support hip hop, you support black people. You know what I mean? Like, it's predominantly black, like the NBA. Whole nother conversation. But you know damn well, bro, you know damn well that you was trying to skip over that. What we not going to do is disrespect him. If you didn't know what he had gone through or what he had done, what do you mean about disrespect? Just the Trump stuff? Nah, brother. Nah, brother. Nah, friend or foe, yo, state your biz. That's how we carrying on the second half of 2025. Friend or foe, state your biz. Where do you stand on these issues? Where do you stand with us? Because y'all damn sure want us to stand with y'all. When somebody say something that's anti-Semitic, when somebody, listen, Kyrie tweeted a documentary that he watched. He ain't say nothing. Everybody started releasing statements. I stand with the Jewish community. Oh yeah, y'all wanted all that, right? Where y'all stand with us? That's the type of time I'm on right now. Where y'all stand with us? If any of y'all, I don't care how good a ball player, a motherfucker could throw a football, or run, whatever you do, any type of athlete, a singer, any type of entertainer, you say something that's racially motivated towards black people, I want to know where you stand, bro. Because as these people, Hulk Hogan went through what everybody go through. We all got to go. But at the point when it was his time, you know what I'm saying? You just got to keep in mind, everybody ain't going to be crying. Now, another story that's popped off during this whole shit is his daughter. And remember, he was saying these things about his daughter. But his story, via TMZ, Brooke Hogan is deep in grief over the loss of her dad, Hulk Hogan, after passing last week. But when it comes to his massive estate, she's chosen to remove herself and stay all the way out of the legal proceedings. That's very heavy. I mean, don't get me wrong. We love our parents unconditionally, and we want our children to love us, right? But at the point where you like, I'm cool off of any legal proceedings or anything dealing with the estate, says a lot about their relationship. It says, sources close to Brooke tell TMZ that in 2023, she asked to be removed from Hulk's will because she didn't trust a single person around him and didn't want to get caught up in a financial battle when he passed. We're told all Brooke ever wanted to do was protect her dad from people she felt were taking advantage of him. But after years of disagreeing with Hulk over the matter, she reached out to his financial manager and had herself removed from the will. Brooke saddened he didn't trust her to have his back. But bottom line, she's never been about the money and won't be getting any from his estate, and she's totally okay with it. A little bit more context, right? A little bit more context. Now, they public relationship was what it was. But I'm going to stay on the fact that as much as we did like and love Hulk Hogan as an entertainer, that suit that he put on was not him. Keep in mind, wrestlers, football players, basketball players, we only know what they present. That's why shit goes so crazy when something else comes out about them, because we revere these people in a certain light. We look at these people as if, we only know them for entertainment. So when something happens outside of the entertainment, now we like, damn, that's how they really think. I remember watching The Undertaker on Joe Rogan. He said that for years he stayed in character, even when he spent time with his family, because how heartbreaking would it be to a kid to see The Undertaker smiling? That's a level of dedication. That's a level of dedication that I ain't willing to do. You feel me? Because I'm going to be myself. But anyway, Hulk Hogan, he means a lot to a lot of people, subjectively, of course. For myself, I was born in 1982. I grew up during the wrestling era, the heyday, seeing it transition from the days of Hulk Hogan and him being the man, and when Ultimate Warrior came in, Coco Beware, Bam Bam Bigelow, the Heartbreak Kids, Legion of Doom. Then we get into the Smack era, SmackDown era, and you got The Rock and Stone Cold and Rikishi and, all of these different characters, because that's what they are. They're characters. These are monikers that's made up for performance art for us to consume and enjoy. But at the point where these same people that we love and support start saying things that affect our feelings, affect us mentally, because when I seen that, I said, damn, it made me question every black person he had been around. You know what I'm saying? I remember Jared Carmichael when he was talking about, what's dude's name? I can't remember. His name is escaping me right now, but the guy who owned the Clippers. And he said, what he said about black people. He said, the first thing came to my mind was, damn, billionaire can't talk about niggas in the safety of his own home. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny, man. That was funny. But at the same time, when you have people that are around you and you have people that don't agree with you and they don't agree with your way of life or how you conduct yourself or how you look at things in your perspective, they're gonna put that out. Especially when it's something as detrimental as race. You know what I mean? And how you feel about people's race and all of that. So I just say this, man. For all of y'all that's upset that everybody ain't whimpering and crying and, you know what I mean, in tears and heartbroken over Hulk Hogan, especially if you black, you bugging the fuck out, man. You bugging out. You bugging out. Because that's one of our biggest problems. We always accepting, oh no, you could change, you could. No, most of these people only change when they get caught. That's their thing. Whenever they get caught, that's when they sorry. They ain't sorry because that's how they feel. But once they get caught, now they know that they done crossed the line of a point of no return. And for Michael Rapaport, I believe that there was some sort of level of sincerity in his apology, but at the same time, bro, take in mind that you are, you know what I'm saying, you are a person who we've been watching for years too. You know what I'm saying, from your early movies to everything you've done in your career. And when you say certain things, you might not be saying it directly to a person, but that's how people take it. When you take that phone out and you look in and you say, y'all ain't gonna do that, you basically, a lot of people look at that as you basically telling me not to feel a way about a person who sees no value in my people. And when that shoe is on the other foot, it's a whole different situation. I just want everybody to keep the same energy at all times. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we do. For the ones that don't, eventually will. I'll catch you on the next one. I mean, cut that beard off. Peace.